What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Steelez. It's another edition of Kicks with Soul, where the slogan is, every shoe is just a shoe to you. Put your soul into it. And today, we got something very different, very special, very unique, and this is the Nike BALTORO in the Fruit Punch colorway. Now, this is a 90s shoe. I think it came out in 1990. It was part of the ACG lineup. I'm not gonna do anything. I didn't do no research or nothing like that, because this is another one of the ones where I was around, but I wasn't there to be like, oh, I want this shoe. But you just got to know, it's just culturally like what you looking at, you know what I'm saying? So the first time I've seen this shoe, it wasn't, I don't know if it was a retro. No, it couldn't have been retro, because I think they said they retro. I haven't watched a couple more videos. I think they said they retro like 05, but I had no clue. Never seen it in 05 from the very version of the 05. The versions that I seen was coming up, and they were like bright, but it wasn't this color. It was like bright, like neon and purple, and they were a boot looking shoe. Like, this was a boot looking shoe. They kind of retweaked it now. It's in between a boot and shoe. So we're gonna get into the shoe. I know y'all tired of me talking, but I just want to get that out. I'll explain more as we get into it. Of course, we have the Nike special package box. This is a typical box that any kind of, I wouldn't say collabs have their own, but you know, Wu-Tangs came in this, Galaxies came in this. A lot of kind of shoes that just have special packages. SP. Label reads Nike BALTORO SP. Bright Sprouse Kumquat. Alright, we're going to take this out and we're going to put this on the sole table and we're going to get to breaking it down from what I remember. This is a very special shoe to me, y'all, only because I'm really big on, I think that's just my lane. I love the 90s, you know what I'm saying? Like, I love all shoes. I'm pretty sure y'all follow the page. Y'all know Steelez like anything that catches attention. You know, I like everything, but my lane is the 90s, you know what I'm saying? So let's take this out and give y'all a good soul spin. I should have put the light on. I'm sorry, y'all. But, boy, them things pretty. These things pretty. Now, when I first got the shoe in hand, what I noticed is how light it is. It's very, very light. You know, so like I say, this gives me more like a, the bottom is a boot all day, but just the shape, the materials, how it's not so stiff is really like tough right there. No, not a steel toe. Give me like a playoff 8 maybe, you know, just how high it is up here. Maybe a 9 almost, but I got stumpers on basketball 90 shoes, like the up-tempo 97s. Those are way heavier and bigger than these. So this, I like what they did, because story time, like I said, I remember seeing them back in the day. These were more like I say, a boot, a hiking. The guys that I seen style them, they would style them because they just had that kind of eye, and that's what people did back in the day. These were the boots. Like, I'm gonna tell you how I know some boots. Like, y'all remember the Durangos? They were rocking Durangos. They were rocking stuff like such as these. They were rocking what else? My uncle, my brother, and them used to wear. What's that? That V. Used to have a little the globe on it. Vasquez, oh my goodness, the Vasquez with the Avery X, man, boy, they used to have some fire combos. Like I said, I was too young to buy or even know where you buy those stuff at, but my brother 10 years older than me, so I'm watching. He in his prime, he doing his thing. I used to look through his shoes and stuff like that, but this was one of those ones that reminded me just of that era. So crazy fact is, when I do my shoes for the year, I try to knock them down and I try to have them lined up. Did not know this shoe was coming out. The first time I even seen this silhouette was maybe a month ago, and it was for the Stussy collab. Not too really big sure about Stussy. I know they had some pennies or something like that, like some collabs I've seen on some shoes, but I don't know too much about the company, so I didn't know really how to get them, you know what I mean? And I looked up, I seen it was on Sneakers app. You know, that's the last place you need to go. And they actually, they actually sold out. So I was like, oh man, you know, like I said, it wasn't on my radar. That just was popped up. And maybe a couple weeks later, maybe only a week later, bing, these things popped up. And I said, oh my goodness, are you serious? Where these come from? And then I did my little deep dive, and I knew I seen this shoe before, but after looking at some shorts and stuff, I said, oh, Fresh Prince had these joints on. Okay, that's where the colorway came from. But we also got 2 more colorways in this same silhouette, new shape, reimagined, if you will say. And they had the all black, which to me killed the Stussy collab one, because that leather, you can't do nothing bad with that leather with the gold hints right there. Yeah, with that Nike in the back. But they had the beef and broccoli. I don't want to call it the beef and broccoli, wasn't official, but that's the kind of shoe it reminded me of, the beef and broccolis. But I'm very cool to have this one because I already looked up the shirt I'm going to get. I'm debating, do I want to get a windbreaker or a shirt? Because this right here is just 90s at its finest, y'all. And this one of them ones that you're not going to see everybody with. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't hard to get, so I'm not going to act like, oh, it's a Travis, or no, it's not about that. But what Nike did with this collab, or I mean with this release, or they do it with a lot of releases, because sometimes that's when I have to pick my poison, is they put it around where you're going to have to make your decision. You know what I'm saying? Unless you just got it like that, which if you got it like that, salute to you, because that's what we all saluting, striving to get to just have it like that. But if you a hardworking person like myself, you know, we got responsibilities. So you gotta line your releases up. You know what I'm saying? So when this came out, like I said, I didn't know it was coming out. I knew it was gonna be one of those limited because I seen people didn't have and went over. So I was like, oh, okay. You had to kick something off the list or just pass. I didn't want to pass on this only because I think it's gonna age well. You know what I'm saying? And if you want to know the shoe I kicked off the list, it was them steel 10s, man. You know what I'm saying? I was like, you know, I didn't want to do it. I mean, not the steel 10s, it was the shadow 10s. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to do it, but I was like, dang, my spot getting them. I already know my ratio of getting the shoes from the spot I go to is very good. You know, so I'm like, yo, but I just really, I went on sneakers app and just shot for the whistle. Like, you know, cause I don't hit none of those sneakers. So I was like, look, if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. About $40 cheaper. These only retailed at $145, but it was just a little lucky chance to get. But I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go for it. If I hit, I'm gonna be happy about it. But then I'm gonna have to pass on those 10s coming out next week. But voila, I hit on them. So it's just telling me, you know, sit your butt down because I will be active in the next week again. I think we got the foams and the Black Cat 4s now. I like them Black Cat 4s. They look good, man. I don't really care too much. I mean, I ain't gonna say I don't care, so let me not say that. I don't think it's the biggest deal in the world. I think it's content, and I think it's good content, you know what I'm saying? Because they do squeak, and some people is not going for that, you know what I'm saying? But me personally, I don't know. I don't know. My whole decision is I had 2 on the list, you know what I'm saying? So I can still do that. But do you want, my whole thing, all right, I'm gonna just say it out there. Do I want to pay the full retail for those Black Cats because maybe I can get them for sale, or like use my $20 JD, you know what I'm saying? I don't got a JD. I got a Hibbit and I got a Dick's card. You know, I got a Dick's discount, you know what I mean? I got like the last 2 releases from one of those stores. So with that being said, I was thinking maybe that I'm not playing with the foam pearls, so I'm outside for those. I already did the raffle, but I know a couple stores that's gonna have them, so I'm outside for those. But do I want to get the Black Cats with well, I don't want to say a quality control issue because you might can loosen. I don't know. That's just my whole. Might even turn around and just go get a job. You know what I'm saying? Because that them things will be 220, 240. What? I don't know. I know they're going to be 2 something. And I know for a fact these pearls about to be 240. So about 253, 255 in my state with tax. You do the math. We got Black Friday is already trying to spend some money for your kids or some kind of big electronic that you've been eyeballing. And I'm eyeballing a laptop setup. You know, I'm trying to get this thing set up right so I can actually. So it's just decision. I've been actually telling myself, look, you're going to have to go on a little pause, you know. I won't stop recording, but you know what I'm saying? What I mean is you have to sacrifice deals because one thing about me is I like to do everything the right way. You know what I'm saying? Which when it came to my channel, I'm glad I got some advice when it was like, bruh, you never going to always have everything the right way. You better just go and learn as you go. And so I didn't have shoe boxes. I didn't even have a lot of shoes. I had like maybe 7, 8 pair of shoes. You know, I didn't have no lights. I didn't have pictures, you know. I didn't know no slogan. I didn't have no logo. But I was thinking personally like I would come into the game just like that. No, it's not like that. But while I'm coming into it, I try to get better and better and better and better. So right now, I'm thinking my next big step is I have to get this laptop and this computer, these microphones and lights and stuff, so I can get a little bit more on my grind. You know what I'm saying? But I talked y'all ear off, and this shoe is basically what it is. You know what I'm saying? I don't know too much of the test specs on it. I do know that we got some some air units in here. You can't see it, so that's why I said more. It's like a shoe and a boot, because this is not going to be a durable boot. If you wear this out hiking, yeah, you can step on things, but this material going to crash on you, man. Look at this shoe like a comfortable boot. See, I'm in the South, so I'm not going to really beat this to the ground anyway. But I will kill this, you know what I'm saying? It's your boy steelez. Please like, comment, subscribe if you like what I got going on. If you don't, please thank you for just watching. You know, you can hit the like button at least. You ain't got to subscribe. But just wanted to give y'all my latest pickup, and it is the Nike BALTORO, and I call this the Fruit Punch colorway. Super 90s. Give y'all a little bit of colorway. I didn't say anything about the color. So we got the teal going around. I'm sorry, y'all, just talking y'all ear off, but I like to talk, you know. But of course, we got the teal. I want to say some kind of cheap leather or very, very shaved nubuck or nubuck. It might have some kind of, I ain't got no spin back, but it might be shaved, like real thin, but it's that. Of course, we got the mesh right here, and it's right there in the toe box. Don't look like it's gonna crease too bad, but maybe. Of course, we got these nice mustard looking checkered 90s edition type shoelaces right here. Oh, another thing I did see on the OGs though, that right there had the Nike. I wish they would have put that Nike just like that on the back. And it's like we got some TPU right here, like that plastic, soft, durable plastic, so it ain't so stiff and hard. But that is like got some texture on that mustard Nike sign once again, with that purple or lavender TPU wrapped around it. Got the lavender going around the midsole, cream with a nice little slick touch of that pinkish right there, the same color as this midsole. This toe box and this ankle collar. Inside, very cool. Got that Columbia purplish look, you know, got that vibe right there. We got that Nike with that mustard inside, teal Nike insole. And that's about it, y'all. It's your boy steelez. Like, comment, subscribe. Appreciate every one of y'all. I really do. This channel growing. I'm getting some kind of momentum, and I appreciate every each one of y'all. It's your boy steelez. Gonna hit y'all with a slogan. It's KickzWitSoul. Where the slogan is: every shoe is just a shoe. Until you, my people, put your soul all into it and then make that shoe something fire. No matter what you got on, take them penny loafers and say, guess what? Fire. Shout out to the squad, man. Peace. It's your boy steelez, man.